Chicken dad, so proud and sweet, dancing to an old-time beat. Fluffy chick in cozy nest, with giant buns they do their best. Spin around in gentle grace, feathers flying all over the place. Chicken dad and chick obey, ballet moves come out to play. Twirling round the kitchen floor, laughter echoing, give them more. Big soft buns and pirouettes, best friends anyone could get. In the barnyard shadows gleam, chicken dad in a positive dream. Chicky laughs and Bun does bow, timeless dance in here and now. Morning light and evening fall, dancing feathers all for all. Through the day and through the night, ballet brings them pure delight. Spin around in gentle grace, feathers flying all over the place. Chicken dad and chick obey, ballet moves come out to play. Coolin' Molly's rage, text and fire. Floofy dog Lucy, never tire. Cooking storms, baker's flame. Giant Bunz in the game. Iron pumping, strength reveal. Pro wrestling, break and kneel. Coolin' Molly's fury, bunnies hop. Waffle pound laughs, Lucy flops. Red hair demon, chaos spread. Floofy Lucy's joy never rests. Cooking madness, ovens roar. Workouts burn, muscles soar. Lucy leaps, fur of might, baking wrath. Cookie fight, pro wrestling, power play. Metal storms, night and day. Waffle pounds, laughter, Steven screams loud. Red hair flares, never bowed. Floofy Lucy flops, spirits lift. Cooking heat, strength and get. Texas fury, bunnies dash. Wrestling chaos, bodies crash. Metallica's riffs, AJ Punk cry. Coolin' Molly's fire, reach the sky. Red hair demon, chaos spread. Floofy Lucy's joy never rests. Cooking madness, Owens roar. Workouts burn, muscles soar. Lucy leaps, fur of might, baking wrath. Cookie fight, pro wrestling, power play. Metal storms, night and day. Waffle pounds, laughter, Steven screams loud. Red hair flares, never bowed. Floofy Lucy flops, spirits lift. Cooking heat, strength and git. Texas fury, bunnies dash. Wrestling chaos, bodies crash. Metallica's riffs, AJ Punk cry. Coolin' Molly's fire, reach the sky. Reach the sky. Out in the yard when the moon is high. Oh yeah. There's a deer named Funky Bones. Don't be shy. He tiptoes softly, looking for a treat. Captain Kira's got apples good enough to eat. Oh yeah. Funky Bones with his groove, moving to the beat. Kira's got the apples, they're so sweet. Coming close, just a nibble. Don't be afraid. Look at them dance. It's a backyard rave. Funky Bones, Funky Bones. Don't you hide. Kira's got the apples open wide. Funky Bones, Funky Bones. It's a funky party, just you and me. Hey, hey. Under the stars, they share a little bite. Ooh, yeah. Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right. With every step, the friendship grows. A funky connection, everybody knows. Now every night, when the moon is high, ooh, yeah. Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones near. magic only they can share. Hey, funky bones, don't you bones, don't you hide. Oh yeah, Kira's got the apples open wide. Coming close, just a nibble, don't be afraid. No afraid, look at them dogs, funky bones, don't you hide. Oh yeah, Kira's got the apples. Funky bones, funky bones. Oh yeah, it's a funky party, just you and me. Hey, hey,
Under
Under the stars, they share a little bite. Yeah, Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right. With every step, the friendship grows. Funky connection, everybody knows now. Every night when the moon is high, Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones nearby. They share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share. Funky bones, don't you hide. Kira's got the apples open wide. Share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share.
Little gray luncheon in the hay, chewing, skipping, never stays. Backyard wild, gotta play, jumping, running every day. Grass is green under the sky, little gray lets it all fly. Muddy paws, you don't care why, wings of earth, they live so high. Freedom is fully flight, sun and moon is only guide. No more walls, no cage inside, little gray so wild inside. Parsley he's on the move, no one's rules, he's got his groove. Nature's beat, he feels the soothe, little gray always to prove. Under stars, under dreams, world ain't small, so it seems. Little gray's got big schemes, life rolls on in flowing streams. Hay for breakfast, sun for noon, stars and moonlight come so soon. Little gray under night's tune, backyard life's a wild cartoon.
Teeny scrappy rabbit on a naughty spree. Bananas from Capits in Korea, quick to flee. Teasing sisters jumping wild and free. Leapfrogging over Posh spice, too stealthy for me. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears a call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Tiny eyes glinting, always on the prowl. Moving has a howl. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears the call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planter sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night, feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heart beats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heart beats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Teeny's grand adventure, loving it all.
Dusty the rabbit, all covered in hay, building her nest like it's time to play. Big floppy ears and a mischievous twitch. In the yard, she's always digging a ditch. She sneaks through with a hop and a skip, eyes wide open, just looking for a trip. Suspicious, she is not denying that fact. Playful trickster, always up to some act. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the way she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the show. She's a Flemish giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She's a Flemish giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. he's stealing the show.
Donkey the rabbit munching cookies all night. Sugar rush blazing a crazy delight. Nibbling faces in a frenzied haze. Friends confused in his cookie craze. He hops through chaos in the midnight dark. Cookies in his paws leaving a sweet mark. Face is bitten with a playful bite. Donkey's world, a funny sight. Donkey the rabbit, sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, crunching all remains. Cookies crumble, falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Chasing shadows under the moon's bright glare. Cookies his obsession like he don't care. Friends watch in shock as he takes a bite. Donkey's love for cookies just feels right. He grins, mischievous eyes so wild. The chaos around him driving friends mild. Cookies drop, crumbs scatter in the bush. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Bite mark stories on furry cheeks. Donkey the rabbit at his cookie peak. Friends band together, a loving chase. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Ankle face, nibble pace. Donkey the rabbit, but sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, nibble on your face. Cookies crumb, big brother falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Plans ignore. Donkey want more, can't ignore.
He's a rabbit that can't get enough. Cookies loves to munch, munch, munch every day. Can't get enough. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating because he's a cookie king. He would eat the cookies until he turns into a cookie himself. He's a king of eating cookies. Can't get enough of them. He will never, ever, ever stop eating them. Keep them Down to the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating the cookie. He's a cookie king. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating 'cause he's a cookie king. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies.
Saint Kira, with beautiful brown locks and eyes that sparkle. Every day at twilight, she dances through the meadow with bunnies by her side as the sun starts to retire. One bunny turned to two, and two turned to a dozen. But Captain Kira's heart's forever filled with love. Her kingdom now enchanted, a ballet of soft footsteps, magical melodies carried on wings of a dove. Ballerina princess, her bunnies by her side, a twirl and a pirouette as dreams come alive. Captain Kira dances, her heart so full of bliss, in a world enchanted where love will always persist.
Hi guys. These guys just came inside from being wild baby bunnies. and digging. Kristen Shining Star, are you at your dance? I mean, like, isn't this kind of the time when your dance would be? Or am I like broadcasting into like the high school homecoming dance? Do you guys have me popped up on like the jumbo the homecoming dance jumbotron? I hope so. I would be very proud. Hi, this is Keeks Majeeks Decay Dog coming to you live from your 2025 homecoming dance. Oh yeah, we got Kristen Cheyenne star Triple R starring in tonight's dance in a beautiful black full-length cotton dress, a gown, if you will. She's looking super cute and fabulous, right, Posh? She's looking super fab. Hi. Yeah, I tried to get all of your vegetables that you guys left outside. Wait, where's the okay, here's the parsley. Okay, guys, check this out. This is the parsley. This entire bunch of parsley, little gray, buried in his dirt ditch. Okay, I brought it in for you, buddy. Yeah, did you miss this? Did you miss your parsley? There it is. Yes, you buried that in your tunnel. I'm very proud of you. I'm very, very proud of this guy. Hey, guys. Donkey is like over the whole thing. He's like, I had to be outside. It was kind of hot. Some bunnies like dug holes and dug trenches. I sat waiting to get cookies and pets. And I was kind of over the whole like being outside thing. Dusty kind of liked it. But Donkey was kind of like, can I please go back in the aircon? Jay Pump. Now wait in the presence of the Honorable Captain Kira, Queen and Judge of the Giant Bone. We are now in session. Judge Keekster, now in session. We will be judging, see who gets the most vegetables tonight. Okay, oh, Donkers. Donkey needs to get some. Oh, wait, I forgot to give you carrot. Now, let's give these guys some root vegetables. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so I've been running up and down these stairs all day. Um, I know I told everyone I was gonna have a nice romantic day of floating down the river boating. Didn't happen. The kayak canoe place never called me back. I tried to make reservations. I called twice. And I'm not gonna drive an hour away, if it's not confirmed and all that. So I was just as happy, if not happier. I know that sounds weird to stay home, and I cleaned more of these rugs, double and triple cleaned all my big indoor woolen rugs. Fixed my pond pumps. I played with Funky Bones for hours. She was hanging out with me at my pond. She kept scratching her little face up against a tree, giving herself scratchies, and she was just so friendly. Now that her baby's older and is like running around and doesn't even have like the little speckle spots anymore, she's like I'm almost an empty nester. And so she's like chilling with Kira again. We chilling. How are you guys? How is everyone? Human punks in the Bunz house. It's Kristen Cheyenne, Star Triple R, Kristen Cheyenne Star. She travels near, she travels far. She's Kristen Cheyenne Star Triple R, K Dog, aka Mustard Queen. And tonight she is the dance and homecoming queen in her beautiful black dress. You know what I mean. Oh my gosh. Okay. My stereo is blasting myself through the house again. I can't do it. I cannot listen. I can't listen to myself. It's like 6 seconds delay after. So wait, everyone enjoy. Hey, guys, enjoy Gwynnie. He is being very cute. I have to turn this off. It's driving me crazy. I'm back. I'm back, guys. So found some apples. We have some apples. Who over here likes apples? Oh, Dusty. He likes apples. What about this boy? What about this cute boy? Do you want your very own? Bring some to the girls' side. Yeah, guys, how is everyone? It's a hot day here, but in the state it was better, but I don't know. It was almost a little too hot for the bunnies. Almost, but I was out there most of the day with them. So I think, I made sure I knew how hot it felt to me. Um, all right. Think want some apples? Yeah. Uh-oh. Happened to my phone? Report message, pornography or sexually. Oh, wait, what? No, 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 no. I don't want any of these. No, no, cancel. Oh my gosh. I almost reported promotes terrorism. Oh, how do I get rid of this? What the heck? Report message. Oh my gosh, you guys. I just carrying my phone around, that is dangerous. I could have done all kinds of weird reports. Lilian, mi amiga bonita, chiquita bonita, ¿cómo estás? Watching Waffle Tarn. They're doing karaoke of Bohemian. Oh boy, they got a big one. They're tackling a big old. That's like a vocal concerto. That's like a that. Well, it's an opera. It is an operetta. It is a poperetta, pop opera. Okay, I just created a genre, a pop opera or operetta. It's a poperetta. Welcome. I'm hiding in the bathroom. Oh, you were hiding in the high school bathroom. Is the dance at the high school? You don't have to tell me. But that's Kristen. Kristen, I am touched that you're on Giant Buns. I mean, I was hoping you'd stop in for a second, but don't miss your dance. Don't miss your fancy dancy. Um, how is the dance? Is it like silly? Tell me about all the dance vibes. I want to know. I want to know what's going on. Yeah, what is going on at this dance? Oh, Delph's reading the chat. Oh, she's eating the chat. Okay, that's one way to do it. Um, Crystal with the K, special K. Oh, Crystal, special K. We love Crystal all the night and day. She's Crystal, special K. Olay. Peaks, Majigsta, K-Dog, help me, help me, Keekster, help me, Keekster. I'm at the homecoming dance. How are you, Liliana? Is this the real life? Is this just giant buns? Caught in a blanket, doing kale and some iceberg or some romaine lettuce, maybe some apples, then some more kale and chillaxin. I clean the litter boxes, but haven't filled them yet. But yeah, bunnies were outside, guys. They were doing all kinds of digging tunnels. Little Gray buried an entire huge bunch of parsley underground. I was so proud of him. I didn't even know bunnies buried food. Maybe just Little Gray does. So maybe he's a prepper. You know, he's gonna go for some deep storage of parsley. I saw a video of a bunch of musicians in Paris who got together and did one huge cover. Uh, oh, yeah, I think I saw that. That was really cool. I think I saw that too, Hewley. Hulin Muli, Hulin Mole, my main man Mari, my main man Margareta. I like hiding in the back. Yeah, I mean that's kind of fun, cool. You'll have stories to tell your children or your buddies. You know, like, oh yeah, remember that time I went to the homecoming dance and I just spent it in the bathroom the entire time talking to Keeks Majikster K Dog and the entire chat of giant buns. Did you just eat part of my dress in order to get pets? I'm very impressed. You know what? If God had given you language skills, we wouldn't need to do this, but you instead have dress pulling skills. That's how you communicate, and I respect that. Yes, I will try to understand your language. And I think almost everything that you say in your dress playing language is pet me, please. And that is super, super sweet. Don't you hide, Kristen. Maybe a nice boy will ask you for a dance. Well, I mean, he does have a point. Are there some sweet boys at the dance who are adorable and fun? Do we have adorable, fun, nice boys? Because that actually, if you do have adorable, nice, sweet, fun boys, then they might be worth dancing. That might be no, up to you. Up to you, KCS, adopted daughter of Captain Kira. Wait, I am hiding. Wait, what is this? I'm hiding in the bathroom because of my head. Because you have a head. You know what? Believe it or not, Kristen, most of us are going around with heads on the top of our shoulders, and I know it's kind of embarrassing, but we all pretty much all of us have them. There's could be some aliens amongst us that are just wearing a falsy head. The head's just like kind of a falsy. But I will say most of us do have heads. Ask a boy to dance. What? Don't wait to be asked to dance. You go up and you go to like the most likable guy around Or I mean, just ask, like, get a whole group out to dance too. I think that is usually even more fun to go just get a whole good, group of people who can groove, who can move, who have a sense of rhythm. Not everyone does. Find people who got some soul and get out on the dance floor. It is a dance. It is a dance, and you have a cute dress. You guys, my adopted daughter, Kristen Shine Star, sent me a pretty picture of herself in her homecoming dress. I do kind of feel like I'm your mom in a way because I got the cute homecoming picture, or your aunt or so. I don't know. Invoice. Is that is that a cardboard home? I see Donkey is a home owner, right? Inverse. I'm going to just show you. He has a secret back door. Look at this. I mean, are we fancy or what? He has a little backdoor exit here. And yeah, he's pretty proud to be a homeowner now, Inverse. He is just a little over 1 year old, but he is a homeowner. So how many of us can say that, Right? Right, teenies? Right, Posh? Wait, is that yeah, Posh? Hey, you're dragging Dusty's blankie through. Oh, how many times did she do that to you? Is this payback? You gonna steal her blankie? Well, oh, look at her. She's like, now I'm cuddly. Now I'm cozy. Invoice, how you doing? What's going on, Invoice? I'm all sweaty. I just got the giant buns in a little bit ago. It's a bit hot out. I've been outside all day. Hey. I know you want pets. I will pet you. I will pet you, please. Please do not rip my clothing. Dusty already ripped my very best dress. She started shredding the bottom, like, third of this dress I discovered because she wanted it to build a nest, and it is like my nicest dress. And I'm horrified, but kind of not surprised. So I'm gonna have to sew parts of it back together. But Dusty. But yeah, what is going on, people? What are you doing on this fine Saturday? I did. You asked a boy to dance at this dance, and he said no. Did you also hit him when you asked him, or were you being normal? Were you being normal about it, Kristen, or were you threatening? Um, and if you were being like nice and he said no, just give me his name, phone number, and address, and I will take care of him for you. Oh my God, he's living in luxury. I know. Invoice. We're gonna put some blue velvet. He's gonna get some blue velvet curtains and a blue velvet settee in there. And it's gonna be royal. Maybe we'll do, how about purple? Royal purple. Yeah, we're gonna do it in royal purple velvet. Yeah, he's getting he's getting it swirly. AJ Punk is old school. He's gonna go for the swirly. Kristen, do you even know what a swirly is? Is this even a thing anymore? Um, Soon hello. Oh, yep. You look good in a sports car. You look super cute in a sports car. Oh my gosh. Where's Woody Woodland Loops? Woody Woodland Loops, I bet, could make a little sports car for Donkey. I have a headache again. Oh, I'm kind of fighting off a headache too because I lifted huge, heavy oriental rugs that were sopping wet, and I was trying to roll them out over my railing on my deck to drain, so they could dry because I washed them. Not pleasant. Not pleasant. And just being out in the heat all day, and I had to get into my pond to clean out and reposition my pond pump, and that was interesting. That's interesting. But it was so cute. Woody Woodland lives. I can summon Woody Woodland Loop. Also, Donkey can. This is amazing. So Woody Woodland Loops, Inverse said soon that Donkey will own a sports car. And I am thinking, yeah, he would look super cute in a sports car. Just saying, in case you want to work your magic. Um, yeah. I mean, can you imagine that? And Donkey, he's like not really like Little Gray has gone like completely wild when he's outside and he's like digging bunny tunnels and he's burying food and he doesn't even want to come in. He's just like, you can just leave me out here. Donkey is just like, when is my sports car gonna pull up to pick me up so I can leave the out of doors and go back inside where it's air conditioned? Like Donkey, wait, where? Oh, there he is. Look at this. Talk to the tail. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give Donkey some cookies tonight because he heck, I'll give him some cookies now. He's like, you can tell he was just like, okay, I will put up with the outside stuff, but he was basically like, I'm actually not a wild rabbit. Like, look at this floof. Look at this floof. He's like, I want to go back to my condo. Okay, Donks, you want a cookie? Whoa, this is a delay response. Gwynnie, okay, I need Gwynnie. Oh, Dusty. Okay, Sluggy. I was going to give you your own cookie. Oh my gosh, look at how much bigger Sluggo is than his daddy. Oh my, looks Sluggo looks like he ate another rabbit. Come here, baby. Sluggy. Okay, all right. Okay, share. You can share. Achi. Wow. Okay. Um, some of these guys are like, okay, we're gonna eat their dinner. That's fine. That's fine. Wait, what did I just do with my yerba? Oh my gosh, there's my yerba. Oh, Teeny, now you know that there's cookies out there? Okay. Teeny, come here. You want a cookie? No, no, you're not stealing your mother's cookie. Oh my gosh. They are so, these guys are so rude. They just ripped food out of the other bunny's mouth. Yeah. Oh, they discovered the apples. Okay. Donkey, wait, you didn't even have your cookie yet. There you go. Wait, Donkey, would you like to have a sports car? What do you think? Gosh, what happened to there we go. Fall is coming in a couple of days. So happy. Oh my gosh. It could get a little cooler. I will tell you, I am stopping wet from running up and down the stairs, getting these guys from outside and bringing them in. A mini scale sports car that can be controlled with a Bunz link chip. That would be perfect for his Bunz link chip, right? Yeah, right, Gwench? Do you need another cookie? Let me see if there's any more in here. Oh, there's not any more right now. Yeah, I'm sorry, Gwynnie. I'll have to open up a new one in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you already had your cookie. Whew. Yeah, what have people been up to today? Kristen Cheyenne Star obviously is hiding in the high school bathroom at her dance. He asked someone to dance. They said no, which that is a big no-no, ironically. You can put the pic I sent you on the Discord. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Um, okay. Let me wait. So I'd have to inverse, yes. This Texas boy is tired of the heat. Oh gosh, you guys must have it because I don't know how you do that in Texas. Um, okay, wait, Kristen, I'm gonna go to your page. Oh my gosh, Kristen, you are so adorable in that picture. Okay. I wait, let me think about, oh wait, I gotta go to, wait a minute. Let me see if I can do this on my phone. Copy media link? Wait a minute. I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't even know if I can save an image on here. Copy media link. I think I did it right. Okay, wait. Then I go to Giant Buns. Hoo, hoo, hoo. And then wait, come on, paste. Oh gosh, I don't know if that worked. We'll see. Yep, there we go. Here's my adopted daughter, everyone, looking beautiful in her black dress. Kristen, your expression though. You know what though? I had a lot of pictures with expressions like that were taken by my mom or dad, and I was just like, yeah, I get it, Kristen. But yeah, you're adorable, Kristen Cheyenne Star, my adopted daughter. She's very adorable. Yeah, I have a 15-year-old adopted daughter now. I'm very proud. And then I have 1-year-old bunnies, and then I have two almost 4-year-old bunnies. Yeah, I have a lot of kids. I have a lot of kids. Oh. Um, loops for all. Bring on cookie baking season. Oh, did you hear that? Cookie baking season. I think his little tail wag for cookie. You like cookie? When he like cookie? Oh, I can't mess around when I say cookie. He's like, I know you finished the bag of cookies. I saw. But yeah, I think it is gonna cool down next week a little bit. I think it's gonna get really rainy. I was trying to get all my outdoor chores done today before the rain. Uncle Punk doesn't put up with jerk to pick on Triple R. Yeah, right. Gonna gonna make sure she's treated right. You know, we're gonna set some people straight. You just tell us, whoever it is, we'll set them straight. Stupid people. On the donkey square is now a Discord emoji. Wait, the donkey? It is? Wait, hang on, hang on. Wait, wait, is it this one? Oh, yeah. Love it. Thank you, Woody Woodland Loops. You're so awesome. Love all these so much. Yeah, that's adorable. But yeah, my little boating trip did not happen today. And you know what? I didn't really care. I was just like, you know what? I'm happy to be home. I have not had a lot of time, as much time as I would like to at home this week. Sometimes it's nice to just be home all day on a Saturday. And I was busy. I was busy, like, I got up at 6:30 and I was running around ever since 6:30 in the morning. I really didn't sit down except to eat some food for the most part, but I was very happy to be home and able to get stuff done, and, yep, I'm thankful for that. You're choking on pizza? Well, hey, at least you have pizza, you know? I'm gonna be the fool who picks on Kristen. Yeah, we got your back, Kristen. All of us in the here in the Giant Buns chat, we got your back. And I got your back in up close and in person when you need me. I will be there. Um, I will be there or I will be donkey square. You should offer internships for the Buns. People can do tours and learn about Flemish giant rabbits. Oh my gosh. That's actually a great idea. It's really great. I mean, like, between doing the litter boxes today, washing all my rugs, fixing my pond pump, I can't even remember everything. I mean, of course, there's always cleaning, cleaning, and more cleaning, but I tell you guys, well, and then, I had to cook some food, which I made some really good food. Woody Woodland Loops, you might be interested in this. I made coconut milk curried garbanzo beans, chickpeas with some nice garlic and all kinds of I blended my own curry spices together. And then I oven fried some tofu. And at the last second, I added some shallots, chopped up shallots, and a big bunch of chopped up garlic. So it got a little bit crispy with the tofu. And then I ladled that stuff into the coconut curried chickpeas. It's really good. It was really, really good. So I'm happy I did that. Um, Pizza with mustard and Kool-Aid. Oh gosh, Hewlin Mall. Yes, I will tell you that that is shockingly accurate because I have seen this in person. And she tried to feed the baby that I was taking care of. I think it was grape Kool-Aid powder, and the baby was like kind of like turning his head away. And I was like, no, we are not getting this baby into Kool-Aid powder, okay? Watch out for taco truck. Where is taco truck? Taco truck, you guys, oh my gosh. I think there were 95 new messages on my Discord DMs because I was added to a group headed by Taco Truck. He added me to a chat, you know, group chat. It is one of the okay, I'm not going to go into it, but there were a lot of messages and I was like, what even is this? I don't know what this is about. Is there a theme? Is there a reason? Is there a purpose? Um, yeah, it's just Domino's pizza. Well, it's still pizza. Although Domino's, that's a bit budget. I mean, it's a dance, It's like could have gotten something a little bit fancier than that, but that sounds. I thank you, thank you. I would have liked to ideally put a little bit. I don't know, top it with some fresh cilantro and maybe have put some like carrots or sweet potatoes or something else in it. But you know what? It's good. It is good stuff. Um, Korea, Captain Korea. Taco truck was shut down by the health department. Oh wait, Taco Drunk. It's been so long since Joe's been in the chat. I forgot that his new name is actually Taco Drunk, given by me. Taco Drunk got a DUI while driving the taco truck to a different. Oh gosh, you guys, if he had an actual taco truck, food truck, okay. I mean, I don't mean to be mean or anything, but there's a reason he's called Taco Drunk. But there were roaches in the oh gosh. Ew. Okay. That yeah, I hope not, but like oh dear. Donkey, you blend in with these pillows so much and your house. Wow. He has a, like a whole glowing white theme going. Like his fur is so white that it's like glowing. Right, Dusters? Yeah. This is a big girl. This is a big dog. She is a big dog rabbit. Guys. Uh-oh, Kristen Cheyenne Star had to get off the live stream. Oh no. Her phone won't let her onto YouTube anymore in the dance. Well, that's okay. Uh, okay, I'll send her a message. I'll send her a message to just have fun. Okay. Yes, I am DMing during my stream. Actually, you know what? I'll put it on. Oh no, I can't do that. Okay. I'm telling my adopted daughter just have fun. All right. Let's give her a donkey square. Let's give her the donkey square too. Oh yeah. Love it. All right. Guys, do we want some 1984 already? Oh, now she's back in the I'm like DMing her and now she's back in the YouTube chat. Boo. Oh my gosh. Kristen, you are a polecat. You are a total polecat. You don't even know what I'm talking about, but it's a waffle pone reference. Also the name, ironically, of a strip club I later found out called Polecats. Um yeah, I was driving. Yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just always think polecat is kind of funny. I mean, I thought polecat, and I think it does refer to like a weasel. Like, you a weasel, you little polecat. Or another thing that I thought it meant might be like a possum because possums are kind of like a cat, and then their tails are kind of like a fleshy looking pole. I don't know. Polecat to me just sounds like you're like like a rural way to say like weasel. Are they still streaming on Waffle Pong? Are they still doing songs? But guys, are we ready to have some 1984? What do people think, huh? Sluggo, are you ready for? Wait, that's not. Yeah, that's Sluggo. Are you ready for 1984? Yeah, are you having your carrot? He's such a good boy. He's the bestest boy. But yeah, I cannot start 1984 until I get the go ahead from AJ Punk. So AJ Punk, are we ready for 1984? What do you think? Okay. Okay, will do. I whatever AJ Punk tells me to do, I'm there. I take direction very well. Usually, sometimes when I feel like it. Okay, I think I know where I am here. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah. We left off at the sentence, the beginning of the primary aim of modern warfare. So, the primary aim of modern warfare. Wait, gotta get rid of the scum. Classy. That's classy. The primary aim of modern warfare, in accordance with the principles of doublethink. This aim is simultaneously recognized and not recognized by the directing brains of the inner party, is to use up the products of the machine without raising the general standard of living. Ever since the end of the 19th century, the problem of what to do with the surplus of consumption goods has been latent in industrial society. At present, when few human beings even have enough to eat, this problem is obviously not urgent, and it might not have become so even if no artificial processes of destruction had been at work. The world of today is a bare, hungry, dilapidated place compared with the world that existed before 1914, and still more so if compared with the imaginary future to which the people of that period looked forward. In the early 20th century, the vision of a future society unbelievably rich, leisured, orderly, and efficient, a glittering antiseptic world of glass and steel and snow white concrete, was part of the consciousness of nearly every literate person. Science and technology were developing at a prodigious speed, and it seemed natural to assume that they would go on developing. This failed to happen, partly because of the impoverishment caused by a long series of wars and revolutions, partly because scientific and technical progress depended on the empirical habit of thought, which could not survive in a strictly regimented society. As a whole, the world is more primitive today than it was 50 years ago. Certain backward areas have advanced, and various devices, always in some way connected with warfare and police espionage, have been developed, but experiment and invention have largely stopped. And the ravages of the atomic war of the 1950s have never been fully repaired. Nevertheless, the dangers inherent in the machine are still there. From the moment when the machine first made its appearance, it was clear to all thinking people that the need for human drudgery, and therefore to a great extent for human inequality, had disappeared. If the machine were used deliberately for that end, hunger, overwork, dirt, illiteracy, and disease could be eliminated within a few generations. And in fact, without being used for any such purpose, but by a sort of automatic process, by producing wealth, which it was sometimes impossible not to distribute, the machine did raise the living standards of the average human being very greatly over a period of about 50 years, the end of the 19th and the beginning of the 20th centuries. But it was also clear that an all round increase in wealth threatened the destruction, indeed, in some sense, was the destruction of a hierarchical society. Hierarchical. Hierarchical society. In a world in which everyone worked short hours, had enough to eat, lived in a house with a bathroom and a refrigerator, and possessed a motor car or even an aeroplane, the most obvious and perhaps the most important form of inequality would already have disappeared. If it once became general, wealth would confer no distinction. It was possible, no doubt, to imagine a society in which wealth, in the sense of personal possessions and luxuries, should be evenly distributed, while power remained in the hands of a small privileged caste. But in practice, such a society could not long remain stable. For if leisure and security were enjoyed by all alike, the great mass of human beings who are normally stupefied by poverty would become literate and would learn to think for themselves. And when once they had done this, they would sooner or later realize that the privileged minority had no function, would sweep it away. In the long run, a hierarchical society was only possible on a basis of poverty and ignorance. To return to the agricultural past, as some thinkers about the beginning of the 20th century dreamed of doing, was not a practicable solution. Conflicted with the tendency towards mechanization, which had become quasi instinctive throughout almost the whole world, and moreover, a country which remained industrial backward was helpless in a military sense and was bound to be dominated directly or indirectly by its more advanced rivals. Nor was it a satisfactory solution to keep the masses in poverty by restricting the output of goods. This happened to be, to a great extent, during the final phase of capitalism, roughly between 1920 and 1940. The economy of many countries was allowed to stagnate, went out of cultivation, capital equipment was not added to, great blocks of the population were prevented from working and kept half alive by state charity. But this too entailed military weakness. And since the privations it inflicted were obviously unnecessary, it made opposition inevitable. The problem was how to keep the wheels of industry turning without increasing the real wealth of the world. Goods must be produced, but they must not be distributed. And in practice, the only way of achieving this was by continuous warfare. The essential act of war is destruction, not necessarily of human lives, but of products of human labor. War is a way of shattering to pieces or pouring into the stratosphere, sinking in the depths of the sea, materials which might otherwise be used to make the masses too comfortable, and hence, in the long run, too intelligent. Even when weapons of war are not actually destroyed, their manufacture is still a convenient way of expending labor power without producing anything that can be consumed. A floating fortress, for example, has locked up in it the labor that would build several hundred cargo ships. Ultimately, it is scrapped as obsolete, never having brought any material benefit to anybody, and with further enormous labors, another floating fortress is built. Principle: the war effort is always so planned as to eat up any surplus that might exist after meeting the bare needs of the population. In practice, the needs of the population are always underestimated, with the result that there is a chronic shortage of half the necessities of life. But this is looked on as an advantage. It is deliberate policy to keep even the favored groups somewhere near the brink of hardship because a general state of scarcity increases the importance of small privileges and thus magnifies the distinction between one group and another. By the standards of the early 20th century, even a member of the inner party lives an austere, laborious kind of life. Nevertheless, the few luxuries that he does enjoy, his large, well-appointed flat, the better texture of his clothes, the better quality of his food and drink and tobacco, his 2 or 3 servants, his private motor car or helicopter, set him in a different world from a member of the outer party. And the members of the outer party have a similar advantage in comparison with the submerged masses whom we call the proles. The social atmosphere is that of a besieged city where the possession of a lump of horseflesh makes the difference between wealth and poverty. And at the same time, the consciousness of being at war and therefore in danger makes the handing over of all power to a small caste seem the natural, unavoidable condition of survival. Ooh, this is a big discussion of war. How we doing, chat? Yeah, I'm trying to get the chat back up. Forget how to go between apps on this thing. Um, there we go. Okay, I did it. But yeah, chat, how we doing? Do we want more 1984? Oh wait, it's not even 9 o'clock. Yeah, I guess we should do the next paragraph. Okay, let me do that. All right. War, it will be seen, accomplishes the necessary destruction, but accomplishes it in a psychologically acceptable way. In principle, it would be quite simple to waste the surplus labor of the world by building temples and pyramids, by digging holes and filling them up again, or even by producing vast quantities of goods and then setting fire to them. But this would provide only the economic and not the emotional basis for a hierarchical society. What is concerned here is not the morale of masses, whose attitude is unimportant so long as they are not kept steadily at work, but the morale of the party itself. Even the humblest party member is expected to be competent, industrious, and even intelligent within narrow limits. But it is also necessary that he should be a credulous and ignorant fanatic whose prevailing moods are fear, hatred, adulation, and orgiastic triumph. In other words, it is necessary that he should have the mentality appropriate to a state of war. It does not matter whether the war is actually happening, and since no decisive victory is possible, it does not matter whether the war is going well or badly. All that is needed is that a state of war should exist. A splitting of the intelligence which the party requires of its members, and which is more easily achieved in an atmosphere of war, is now almost universal. But the higher up the ranks one goes, the more marked it becomes. It is precisely in the inner party that war hysteria and hatred of the enemy are strongest. In his capacity as an administrator, it is often necessary for a member of the inner party to know that this or that item of war news is untruthful. And he may often be aware that the entire war is spurious and is either not happening or is being waged for purposes quite other than the declared ones. But such knowledge is easily neutralized by the technique of doublethink. Meanwhile, no inner party member wavers. Uh, Meanwhile, no inner party member wavers for an instant in his mystical belief that the war is real and that it is bound to end victoriously with Oceania, the undisputed master of the entire world. All members of the inner party believe in this coming conquest as an article of faith. It is to be achieved either by gradually acquiring more and more territory and so building up an overwhelming preponderance of power, or by the discovery of some new and unanswerable weapon. The search for new weapons continues unceasingly and is one of the very few remaining activities in which the inventive or speculative type of mind can find any outlet. In Oceania at the present day, science in the old sense has almost ceased to exist. In newspeak, there is no word for science. The empirical method of thought, on which all the scientific achievements of the past were founded, is opposed to the most fundamental principles of Ingsoc. And even technological progress only happens when its products can in some way be used for the dim, uh, diminu- diminution of. In all the useful arts, the world is either standing still or going backwards. The fields are cultivated with horse plows while books are written by machinery. But in matters of vital importance, meaning, in effect, war and police espionage, the empirical approach is still encouraged, or at least tolerated. Two aims of the party are to conquer the whole surface of the earth and to extinguish, once and for all, the possibility of independent thought. There are therefore two great problems which the party is concerned to solve. One is how to discover, against his will, what another human being is thinking. And the other is how to kill several 100 million people in a few seconds without giving warning beforehand. Insofar as scientific research still continues, this is its subject matter. Scientist of today is either a mixture of psychologist and inquisitor, studying with real ordinary minuteness the meaning of facial expressions, gestures, and tones of voice, and testing the truth-producing effects of drugs, shock therapy, hypnosis, and physical torture, or he is a chemist, physicist, or biologist concerned only with such branches of his special subject as are relevant to the taking of life. In the vast laboratories of the Ministry of Peace, and in the experimental stations hidden in the Brazilian forests, or in the Australian desert, or on lost islands of the Antarctic, teams of experts are indefatigably at work. Some are concerned simply planning the logistics of future wars. Others devise uh, larger and larger rocket bombs, more and more powerful explosives, and more impenetrable armor plating. Search for new and deadlier gases, or for soluble poisons capable of being produced in such quantities as to destroy the vegetation of whole continents, or for breeds of disease germs immunized against all possible antibodies. Others strive to produce a vehicle that shall bore its way under the soil like a submarine under the water, or an aeroplane as independent of its base as a sailing ship. Others explore even remoter possibilities, such as focusing the sun's rays through lenses suspended thousands of kilometers away in space, or producing artificial earthquakes and tidal waves by tapping the heat at the Earth's center. But none of these projects ever comes anywhere near realization, and none of the three superstates ever gains a significant lead on the others. What is more remarkable is that all three powers already possess, in the atomic bomb, a weapon far more powerful than any that their present researches are likely to discover. Although the party, according to its habit, claims the invention for itself, atomic bombs first appeared as early as the 1940s and were first used on a large scale about 10 years later. At that time, some hundreds of bombs were dropped on industrial centers, chiefly in European Russia, Western Europe, and North America. The effect was to convince the ruling groups of countries that a few more atomic bombs would mean the end of organized society, and hence of their own power. Thereafter, although no formal agreement was ever made or hinted at, no more bombs were dropped. All three powers merely continued to produce atomic bombs and store them up against the decisive opportunity which they all believe will come sooner or later. And meanwhile, the art of war has remained almost stationary for 30 or 40 years. Helicopters are more used than they were formerly. Bombing planes have been largely superseded by self-propelled projectiles. Ooh, that sounds like drones, self-propelled projectiles. And the fragile, movable battleship has given way to the almost unsinkable floating fortress. But otherwise, there has been little development. Tank, the submarine, the torpedo, the machine gun, even the rifle and the hand grenade are still in use. And in spite of the endless slaughters reported in the press and on the telescreen, the desperate battles of earlier wars, in which hundreds of thousands or even millions of men were often killed in a few weeks, have never been repeated. Wow. Okay, there's a really big paragraph coming up after that. So the next paragraph starts, none of the three superstates ever attempts any maneuver, which involves the risk of serious defeat. I think, see, what time is it, guys? 9:07. I gotta go back to the chat on here. Gosh. Whoop. How we doing, guys? I'm starting to get a little tired. I think I'm gonna end here, guys. I know I usually go more like an hour and a half, like a little bit more towards like 9:30, but I'm a little tired, frankly. I had a big day out. I was really in the heat all day long. So spooky. Um, but yeah, you guys, this is a really good book. I am so happy. I'm so thrilled we're reading it together. Extra special having my Bunzerinos with me when I get to read this. Um, Hopefully I will not be doing so much physical activity tomorrow. I know I'm going to be going to church. And I'll get to sit still for a little bit, but hopefully I'll have more energy for tomorrow's stream. and we'll have fun. We shall have fun, and but I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna say good night to everyone. We've got 6 people here. We've got AJ Punk. Yes. Thank you for being here, AJ Punk. Much love to you, Midwestern wrestling hunk. Kristen Cheyenne Star Triple R at the homecoming dance, the high school homecoming dance tonight. Much love to you in your pretty black dress. Um, Hewlin Mall, much love to you and Miss Lucy Goosey. Woody Woodloops, much love to you and your loops. Um, I will say, oh wait, much love to Invoice. I saw you. Invoice was in the chat earlier. Much love to Lillian. I saw you in the chat. Um, Much love to Crystal with a K. And I think about does it. But yeah, guys, thank you everyone for being here. And I know I normally go a little bit longer, but Captain Cure is I'm just a bit shot tonight. I am tired. But let's pop up some music and I will be signing off. I can get up off the floor, that is. That would be nice. Oh yeah. You can get Donkey. Can I get you in the frame, mister? Yeah. The Donkey can.
Confused in his cookie craze. He hops through chaos in the midnight dark. Cookies in his paws, leaving a sweet mark. Face is bitten with a playful bite. Donkey's world, a funny sight. Donkey the rabbit, sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, crunching all remains. Cookies crumble, falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Chasing shadows under the moon's bright glare. Cookies his obsession like he don't care. Friends watch in shock as he takes a bite. Donkey's love for cookies just feels right. He grins, mischievous eyes so wild. The chaos around him driving friends mild. Cookies drop, crumbs scatter in the bush. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Bite mark stories on furry cheeks. Donkey the rabbit at his cookie peak. Friends band together, a loving chase. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Ankle face, nibble pace. Donkey the rabbit, but sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, nibble on your face. Cookies come, big brother falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Plans ignore. Donkey want more, can't ignore.
sure he can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating the cookie. He's a cookie